Hey, what's up, friends? So, I've been learning Spanish for quite a while now. In the past, I learned for 4 months, and then I stopped for a while, and then I came back, and I've been learning now for 2 months. And I gotta be honest, I think I hit a plateau. I think I'm around about like the end of A2, right before B1, but I can't get to B1. And it's like, I think that has been very discouraging that I can't get past this little barrier of A1 or A2 to B1. And I think that's kind of where the plateau has become, like not being able to get to intermediate. So I thought I would approach Spanish differently. I've been in the same routine for these 2 months now, and I thought I would approach Spanish differently now. And I thought I would ask help from ChatGPT. I've seen a lot of videos now from people using ChatGPT to study languages, and my brother actually is using ChatGPT to study Tagalog. And I thought I should try to use ChatGPT to study Spanish. I'm also studying Tagalog, and I'm looking into using ChatGPT to study Tagalog as well. But right now I'm focusing a lot more on Spanish just to get myself through the hurdle of getting to B1 right now. The main things I'm focusing on are what ChatGPT has kind of given me, which is, let me get my computer. Grammar, vocabulary, listening, speaking, and writing. And I'm gonna go through a test phase. So we're gonna call it day 0. And then I have it set up where I asked for 2 weeks, because I'm going to be doing this for a month, but I asked for 2 weeks at first because I didn't want to overwhelm myself with seeing a whole list of things I needed to do. So I did it for 2 weeks at first. And what you're going to see is that at first it gave me very traditional daily routines and travel and food and drink, and that just really didn't interest me, and I found it really boring. So then I asked ChatGPT to make the topics more unique and interesting, and it actually became really interesting to me, and I really liked what it gave me. It gave me exploring urban legends, traditional folk tales and fables, scientific discoveries, and of course it gave me some other stuff I didn't like, and I asked it to switch it out, and I got a lot of really cool stuff. But I asked it for another day, and I called it day 0, and it is Spanish superstitions and traditions, and that is what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to take you along for today, and if it goes well, I'll take you along for the rest of the 30 days, and we'll see what level I am at the end of it. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, for the grammar portion, I'll be using Spanish Dict and online videos, but I also bought this intermediate Spanish grammar book because it has some topics that I'm not familiar with, but it also has some topics that ChatGPT has told me to look into. So I'm going to be using this book as a workbook to kind of go into those, and if I have extra time, I'll go into some of these topics that I don't know or I'm not familiar with, like idiomatic verbal phrases. I don't know what those are. So I also bought this book because I thought a workbook would be a good way to practice. It's from McGraw-Hill, and McGraw-Hill is a textbook I used a lot in school, so I thought it'd be good. We'll see if it is. So let's get started. So I put everything into a Word document. So this is day 0. So for grammar, we're going to understand and use the subjunctive mood to express doubts, wishes, and emotions. Vocabulary, we're going to learn and use vocabulary related to Spanish superstitions and traditions. For listening, we're going to listen to a podcast or watch a video about famous Spanish superstitions. Speaking, we're going to describe a superstition or tradition from our culture in Spanish. We're going to record ourselves. And writing, we're going to write about a famous Spanish superstition or tradition, its origins, and my opinion on it, and use the subjunctive mood and new vocabulary words. So I guess to get started, or as a little warm-up, we're going to watch a video about superstitions. If I can find a podcast, I will. or a video. So we're gonna go ahead and look probably on YouTube for that. So I went ahead and found one from Easy Spanish. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch this. I love Easy Spanish because they speak very clearly, and they also get other like native people to speak, and maybe they don't speak as clearly, but it's good to hear from native people. So I'm gonna watch this video, and I'm probably gonna look around and find some other videos to watch as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Studying now, I definitely feel like I backtracked. Like, I feel like I can't understand as much, and I feel like I can't get the content. I did take like 2 weeks break right before this because I got really, really sick and I had to go to the hospital. And I feel like I definitely backtracked. Like, and it's everything is so discouraging, and I just hope that I can improve again, and I know it's going to be hard work. It's really discouraging, to be honest, and I just hope that I could continue and I don't give up. Yeah. Okay. But it's so like hard to like sit here and try to watch a Spanish video and realize that I don't understand as much as I know that I used to be able to, and study vocab and grammar and realize that I can't retain the information as easily as I used to, and realize that I can't speak as fluid or fluently as I used to be able to. It's really hard on your motivation and on your self-esteem to realize that things aren't as easy as they used to be, or like you kind of fell out of your groove, you know? And I just hope that by the end of this month, things are better. So it is officially day 1. The test trial day went pretty well. I think I just have to manage my time a bit better. I wasn't able to get to the listening and speaking portion. I think either I need to manage my time better or just focus on a certain aspect for the day, like either focus on grammar for the day or focus on vocabulary for the day, because I wasn't able to get to all of it. So I think I might have to do that. So for today, I think I'm gonna focus on grammar, listening, and speaking and see if that works out for me, and not focus on vocab, and see if I'm able to get through a bit more. So we're gonna try that today. I think the topic for today is like historic figures or history or something like that. So it'd be kind of cool to do a listening, to kind of listen to history. So let's go ahead and look into that. Here I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of historical figures and a summary of them. And from here I picked a couple that I liked and continued to ask ChatGPT about them. And then I wrote about them. I guess you could say I wrote a short little essay about 3 Hispanic historical figures, using the help of ChatGPT to give me information. I tried searching for information by myself, but it was really hard to find solid information in Spanish. I then asked ChatGPT to review my paper and make corrections. I also talked about my historical figures for 5 minutes to practice speaking. Hey guys, it's day 3. I was only going to check in at like the end of the weeks, but I just wanted to update you guys and say that the past couple days I've realized that the vocabulary for the topics I had picked out were a bit too difficult for my level, I think. So I decided to change some of the topics. So instead of doing scientific discoveries, which I kind of was excited for, but I realized that the vocab was a little too hard. For example, the past couple days, I did famous historical figures and traditional folk tales and fables. And when I was watching videos and stuff about them, I realized that most of the time watching videos, listening, and when I had to write, I could not understand and I didn't have enough knowledge of vocabulary to write. And even though I did vocab, it was just a little too difficult. I switched out some of the topics. So instead of doing scientific discoveries, I'm doing sports and fitness. And I switched out another one. I forgot what it was. I switched it out for dreams and nightmares, which I think are going to be a little bit easier. So I just wanted to update you guys on that, and I'll see you guys on day 7. Es el día 7 y el tema de hoy es desarrollo personal. Voy a ver este canal, que es un canal motivacional.
Seres humanos tendemos a generar sufrimiento innecesario a través de la ilusión del tiempo. ¿Por qué? Porque percibimos el tiempo de forma lineal, es decir, pasado, presente y futuro. Pero en realidad el pasado y el futuro solo existen en nuestras cabezas. ¿Cómo es eso, Irene? Bueno, el pasado no es más que un conjunto de recuerdos almacenados y el futuro es una serie de escenarios que imaginamos.
To be honest, the videos were a little bit hard to understand and she did talk a little bit fast. But after I did some vocab work on the topic, I was able to understand a little bit more. So I watched a couple videos after I did some vocab work, and it was a lot more easy. I asked ChatGPT for personal development words, and if I knew some of the words already, I would ask for more words, and I would add it to my Quizlet, and that's how I would practice my vocabulary words. But I would get the words from ChatGPT, which was very useful.
Personal growth. Self-esteem. Self-esteem.
And for my writing prompt, I wrote about a personal development journey I had recently. So I accidentally deleted the footage for day 21, and I'm quite upset about it because I did quite a lot on day 21. So yeah, sorry about that. Hoy es día 28 y el tema de hoy es el miedo.
Esto es How to Spanish Podcast. Yo soy David.
Yo soy Ana. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre el miedo.
After watching that podcast, I recorded myself speaking in Spanish, talking about my fears for 7 minutes, and I could not think for the life of me what my fears were, but I got through it in 7 minutes. Hello guys, today is the day. I haven't seen you guys face to face in a while. Today is the day. Today is day 30 of my 30-day challenge. So I have a pimple in my nose. Please don't look at that. I'm actually really excited. I feel great, which is so different from what you guys saw a while ago. Probably only a couple of minutes ago for you guys. Earlier, where I was super discouraged going into this challenge because I wasn't feeling too good going into the challenge because there's some things that happened and I wasn't feeling good about my Spanish. I feel great now. It's day 30. Some things have happened where I wasn't able to study every single day. Like I recently got a new job and I had to do a lot of onboarding stuff and it took a few days away from my studies. But I'm gonna study this last day, and then we're gonna take a placement test at the end and see what level I am now. And then I'm gonna talk to you guys about the journey. So when I took this placement test before, I got A2. So we're gonna take it now and see what I get.
One eternity later.
Guys, I got B1. I got B1. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I took the test earlier in the challenge and I got B1 already. And I took it again today and I got B1. But yeah, I took the test earlier in the challenge and I got B1. I don't remember what day, but it was like earlier in the challenge. I couldn't wait and I was like, I wonder what level I am, and I checked and I already had leveled up. So oops. But yeah, guys, I'm B1 now. I am now B1, I guess you could say. I think it's kind of different. Let me sit you down because I'm shaking. I guess it's kind of different though, because in terms of grammar, yeah, sure, B1. In terms of speaking and listening, maybe a little bit different. I'm not sure, maybe B1, but maybe a little lower than grammar. I can't say for sure, like I'm B1 at every skill in Spanish, but B1 in general, I guess you could say. But I'm really excited that I feel a lot more confident in my Spanish, and I'm really happy to share that with you guys. All right, so let's talk about the challenge. I used ChatGPT a lot, and I think I'll do a separate video on all the ways I used ChatGPT in this challenge. So stay tuned for that, subscribe to see that. But I mainly used ChatGPT to format my study plan. And as you guys saw, it had like listening, blah, 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 blah. And it would write out what to do. I didn't completely follow what it told me to do, but I did kind of like follow. So if it told me to watch a video about this, I watched a video along the lines of the topic. If it told me to listen to a podcast, I either watched a video or listened to a podcast, determining on what I could find on the topic. If it told me to write about this, I usually picked my own prompt. For grammar, let's be honest, it kind of gave me the same things. So for grammar, I kind of just studied what I wanted to at the time. For speaking, I did kind of stick to the prompts it gave me, but the prompt would only get me about 2 minutes of speaking, so I would just keep rambling on about the topic with different prompts, anything to do with the topic, for the 7 minutes I chose to speak for. That's how I feel about the formatting of the plan I kind of chose to do. As for the 30 days itself, I wasn't able to study for all 30 days, and I'll leave a little link to what I was able to do in the description below, and also a clean version if you guys want to try doing this challenge. But I wasn't able to do all of it because some days maybe I wasn't feeling it. Some days I was really busy. I just got a job, like I told you guys, and I was busy with that. I recently started going to the gym, and some days would come home and I just wouldn't have the motivation to study anymore. So I had a little bit of, differences with studying, and I didn't want studying to feel like a chore. So this 30 days, I didn't have set, maybe I didn't do all 30 days, but, I did a lot. I also want to say that I didn't get to do a lot of speaking practice with different people. I used to talk a lot with different people, but recently I just been a little hermit. Haven't really talked to a lot of people, but there is one person I have been talking a little bit of Spanish with, so that has been a good amount of practice. But I haven't really talked much Spanish to other natives, so that has been a little bit of a problem. I've only been speaking Spanish to myself, so I would say my speaking was a little bit of a challenge in these 30 days. Other than that, I think I've gotten so confident with my Spanish compared to the beginning of this challenge. I have gone back and watched the beginning of this challenge while editing this video, and I've seen how unconfident and insecure I was with my Spanish compared to now, where I'm comfortable speaking on the phone with my friend in Spanish and listening, and I don't have to ask every 5 seconds, what'd you say? So I feel like I'm very confident with Spanish now, and I'm very, very happy with where I'm at right now, and I want to continue growing more. But my job is starting soon. I'm still studying for my teacher test, and things are going to get busy. So we're going to see what happens, but I am going to continue this challenge, and I'm really happy about it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my little challenge. If you have any questions about it, leave a comment, and I'll do a little follow-up about everything. I'll do a ChatGPT review video about this challenge as well, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to see that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this challenge. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Bye!